It's no secret that the best thing about a secret is secretly telling someone your secret, thereby secretly adding another secret to your secret collection of secrets. Secretly. You know what's not a secret? Easter's almost here. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Easter Bunny doesn't just leave its eggs around your living room and in Tennelier Tavan's collection. There are also a big ol' bunch of Easter eggs hidden within WWE DVDs. Remember DVDs? Remember physical media? These little discs that they would save the shows on before we had Netflix, but after we had VHS? Yeah, they may not look like much, but these little shurikens were capable of hiding their fair share of secrets. See, on old WWE DVDs, if you went to the menu and press left or right on specific chapters, a bonus hidden clip would start playing, as if it should be accompanied by the Zelda chime when you solve a puzzle. Sometimes this clip would be an old match or vignette, but other times they'd be a fun little story that might make you go, huh, how about that? I'm Tempest, hailing from partsFUNknown, and these are 10 secrets hidden on WWE DVDs. I'll let you in on a secret. We're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers by WrestleMania, and we're pretty close, so if you like this content and want to see more of it, make sure you give us a subscribe, and we'll keep your secret of not being subscribed to us yet. Number 10. Shawn Michaels is ambidextrous. Shawn Michaels can claim to be the best at a lot of things. Wrestling's a big one, ziplining's another, oh, and standing on his own head, he was really good at that. One thing that Shawn Michaels is not the best at, or at least wasn't when he was a child, is telling left from right. Why is that? Well, because Shawn Michaels has 2 left hands. No, not really, but can you imagine? Rather, if you press left twice on the growing up chapter of Heartbreak and Triumph, the Shawn Michaels story, you will get a story from Shawn's mother Carol, who reveals that Shawn is ambidextrous, meaning he can use both hands. Carol explains that Shawn had a difficult time as a child figuring out his lefts and rights, growing up switch hitting in baseball and using different hands to throw. This continued into Shawn's wrestling career as he was able to hit his signature elbow drop using either arm. Number 9. Edge's unfortunate hiccups. Before I start, yes, all hiccups are at least somewhat unfortunate, but when you hear this story, it will become clear that not all ups are hicked equally. Edge very famously had neck surgery in 2003, and one would think the surgery would be the worst part of that experience, but no. Found in the You Think You Know Me, the story of Edge DVD, by clicking right twice on the A Grounding Halt chapter, Edge recalls how he wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything when he came out of surgery. He was allowed to suck on ice cubes for sustenance, so think about that the next time you think you're thirsty. Edge was eventually given the green light to drink actual non-petrified water, which he did by the gallon, resulting in what Edge described as body-rattling hiccups. Body-rattling hiccups, immediately following neck surgery in a neck brace. I would have retired on the spot. Also, the real secret here is Edge did the whole interview with a dog on his lap. Number 8. A toast with friends. The Hardys are united once again in AEW, but they've been celebrating the spirit of togetherness for much longer than that. In their 2008 DVD, Twist of Fate, the Matt and Jeff Hardy story, you can find a special toast among friends by hitting left twice on the fascinating match in Omega between the Hardy Boys and the Serial Thrillas. With an AZ. So many Zs, the 90s were glorious. While that match is the real hidden gem of the DVD, the toast sees Matt and Jeff Hardy, Shane Helms, and Shannon Moore hanging out on Matt's couch as Matt asks to take a moment to celebrate the success the core group has had in wrestling to that point. Matt gives Shane and Shannon credit for the latter matches they had in WCW while the Hardys were in the WWF, and it really is a touching moment between 4 friends who shouldn't have had much of a chance to make it in wrestling, considering the population of Cameron, North Carolina is less than the population of my middle school.
Number 7. Hector thought the Gobbledy Gooker would work. Oh really, Hector? You thought the turkey suit would get over. You thought that. One of wrestling's most popular not-so-secret secrets is that the ludicrously terrible Gobbledy Gooker character, who appeared at Survivor Series 1990, was really Hector Guerrero under the feathers and giblets. However, on the Eddie Guerrero Cheating Death Stealing Life DVD, hitting 2 chops on the left button while on the AWA Super Clash match will bring up a Hector and Mean Gene Okerlund story from that fateful November night. Hector explains that he was happy to do the Gobbledy Gooker character because it was for the kids and really thought it would work. Asterisk, wink, asterisk. Perhaps even more perplexing about the whole thing is that Gene says he managed to hurt his ribs making a ruckus with old Big Bird here. Considering this resulted in an injury, the Gobbledy Gooker segment might be one of the biggest net negatives in wrestling history.
Number 6. John Cena's football helmet bug stickers. Most of the entries on this list really are intended to be fun little stories, not meant to be taken too seriously. But this one is the complete opposite. This entry has all 5 of my top 5 favorite things: stickers, football, bugs, John Cena, and irregular headwear. Just kidding, if you bring bugs near me, it's a scrap on sight, fam. On the John Cena My Life DVD, purchasing the 2-click combo on the right button on West Newbury will bring up a story from John Cena's time playing football at Springfield College in Massachusetts. John Cena is a big, strong boy, which I'm told is beneficial when trying to play sports ball. Cena revealed that he is part of a secret society of offensive linemen to play at Springfield College, the most exclusive society imaginable, surely. According to Cena, if you play 2 years of varsity football, you get inducted into the Roach Patrol and are given roach stickers for your helmet for every time you plant a defensive player on their back. Cena had a lot of stickers and showed off his shiny red sticker, which meant he had the best block of the year during his senior year, taking a dude's legs out and then punching him in the face mask when he got up. He says his secret's out of the bag, but if he only knew that 15 years later a masked YouTuber would emerge to really expose him. Number 5. Who taught Ric Flair to bleach his hair? There are few in all of wrestling with more iconic looks than the nature boy Ric Flair. Rolexes, shoes, suits, robes all added a great deal to Flair's image, but perhaps the biggest key was his platinum blonde hair, the trademark of any great cocky heel from a bygone era of wrestling, and that is precisely who taught Flair the secrets of blonde hair. On the 2005 release of 20 Years Too Soon, the superstar Billy Graham story, you can find your answer by spanking the right button 2 times while hovering over the AWA chapter. Of course, if you go to the Superstar Billy Graham DVD to find out who bleached Ric Flair's hair, you probably should have your answer already without even watching the clip. Regardless, Graham tells a story of a young Ric Flair wanting to break out of the Minnesota territory and break into the Carolinas and bleaching his hair in Graham's bathroom, with Graham and his then wife walking him through the process. Needless to say, I think he kept the look. Number 4. Bret Hart dislikes phony moves. Well, this one certainly wouldn't be classified as a secret if it wasn't hidden away on disc 2 of a 3-disc set. Imagine digging for treasure in an Indiana Jones-esque temple, only to come away with the information that Bret Hart doesn't like phony-looking wrestling moves. What is funny, however, is Bret's choice of example of said phony-looking moves. Given that Bret Hart's The Best There Is, The Best There Was, The Best There Ever Will Be DVD released in 2005, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise that Bret's disdain was directed towards the skin the cat spot. Yeah, the spot that gets repeated every Royal Rumble season was just too much for the Hitman to stomach. Bret says anything that you wouldn't do in a bar fight doesn't belong in the wrestling ring, saying he wouldn't have been caught dead doing the skin the cat spot. To be fair, I am also against the act of skinning cats. I don't know why anyone would even consider such a thing. Number 3. Mr. Perfect's Stink Bomb. If you're going to put together a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling ribbers, you had better believe Curt Hennig would be on there. Owen Hart and Mr. Fuji would also deserve to be included, but that's neither here nor there. On the 2008 release of The Life and Times of Mr. Perfect, Chris Jericho told a story of one of Hennig's fabled ribs. During the WCW days of their careers, with Hennig working as part of the NWO, Kurt thought it would be hilarious to toss a stink bomb onto the ring during a show in which the NWO had to hide under there. A young hornswoggle minding his own business in his childhood home only to be blindsided with nauseous gas. Those under the ring did not have a good time, to say the least, but I'm still trying to decide whether this would be worse than the time Sid had to hide under the ring and Kurt chose to leave him a little gift floating in a bucket just so the smell would help him pass the time. Number 2. Steve Austin stuns kids. No, wait, that's not right. Number 2. Stone Cold Steve Austin hits his wrestling finisher on children. Oh god, that's not any better, is it? On the blandly named The Greatest Wrestling Stars of the 90s DVD, Road Warrior Animal shares his thoughts on the person that is Steve Austin. Animal shared a story of bringing his son and his youth hockey team to a Raw show and letting them play in the ring hours before showtime. Unbeknownst to the kids, Steve Austin had Animal cue up his music and surprised them by making his full entrance, going down to the ring, and hitting the stunner on every single one of them. Steve Austin may have been one of the toughest and hardest men in wrestling when the show started, but Animal said that you got to see a real kind human side of Austin in moments like this, where he went out of his way to leave a lasting memory on a group of young fans. Hell, I'm a grown-ass man and I'll say right now, I wish I got stunned by Steve Austin. Rookie hockey team probably didn't even sell it well. And number 1, Twist and Shout. Wrestling moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. It seems fitting that one of the best WWE DVDs ever made also has one of the best Easter eggs. On CM Punk's Best in the World 2012 DVD, he reveals a delightful piece of movie trivia, Chicago trivia, and CM Punk trivia all rolled into one in a little hidden treat located at 2 rights past the man chapter. While sitting on his WWE bus in a seemingly very soft pink bathrobe that he got from a WWE diva, CM Punk let us in on the fact that the baton from the parade float scene in the classic John Hughes movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off came from his high school where it still resides. Punk's DVD also ends with an homage to the film, with Punk sticking his head out a door on his bus and saying, "You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go." So in case you're ever at a trivia pub night and need to know which wrestler went to high school with the Ferris Bueller parade baton, just know that Tempest DVD Collection has got you covered. And that's our list. If we missed any WWE DVD Easter eggs, make sure you let us know in the comments below which ones you know of. And of course, if you like this content and would like to see more of it, make sure you give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 200,000 subscribers by WrestleMania, and we're pretty darn close. Please remember to do so, and please remember that LIW is fine.